Now, without further ado, Pepe, if you please get us professional. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inside Star Citizen Review. Thank you, Vincent, for that gift. Hi, everyone on YouTube. Please take the time to like, share, and subscribe. We are back. This is exciting. It looks like a new format. Jared has a haircut. So fresh and so clean. Let's do this. Weapon content. Meet the team. Okay. Thank you so much, Eric. He's a boss. Hold on one second. Before we start, we got to praise St. Eric for what he did right there.
Next time, it's gonna be black.
He said this like a boss. Eric, touch. Eric, touch. Eric. We're submitting new Twitch emoticons for everybody. Eventually, we're going to be multi-streaming on YouTube. We are growing here on DG360. Very happy to announce that. New Twitch emoticons. Once we land on YouTube, we'll do the same for YouTube's. And we're just having a blast over here. Thank you so much, St. Eric, for that. Now let's get into this. What's up, Trix? Welcome to the fam.
Welcome back to Inside Star Citizen, the only weekly behind-the-scenes docuseries showcasing the faces, features, and forward progress being forged in the first-person universe of Star Citizen. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee. Now, with Alpha 323 recently out, testing ongoing for the 323-2 cargo and hangar patch, and development turning its full attention to the upcoming major milestone that is Alpha 4.0 later this year, we're in one of those periods of ISC production where we like to experiment with the means and manner of the stories we tell. Because like the developers making the very game that we're covering, we want to try new things and new ways of doing what we do. So for the next 3 weeks, ISC will be a bit different than you might normally expect. That means we're going to spend a little more time than normal getting to know the folks themselves as opposed to just what they're working on. Things like asking the UK networking team to film a sort of dev diary on those major server meshing tests from earlier this year. Chat with the level design team to discuss their process and how they're taking all those things they learned in Stanton and applying it to Pyro. And
meeting Tony Z once again to talk about the economy and quantum, which they're calling something different now. Getting Tony Z out of the coffin and into the sunshine.
This week, getting to know some folks specializing in the implements of first-person destruction. Now, of course, the ISCs that are driven by specific feature and content work will still continue after this short detour. But we hope that you'll indulge us once again in our effort to share some more personalized stories for the next few weeks. And then, of course, we'll be back with the big flashy stuff soon enough. And don't forget, CitizenCon is just 4 months away. 4 months away.
Oh.
Did we just do one?
It does feel like
so. That's enough of me. Let's meet the first of 3 teams over 3 weeks that don't often get the ISC spotlight in a feature that we like to call Meet the Team, Weapon Content Team. Meet the Weapon Content Team. Good old WCT. Let's just meet them.
Now, you can get a lot by the reactions of the people that work there. Finding out like how the employees are feeling through watching their facial features and how they're reacting to questions. You can garner a lot of information on the inside on how things are going. So let's keep that in mind as we watch. I kind of like this. I'm all about knowing what's going on in the business side of things because it really gives me a good read on how far along everything is, you know. So especially like the talk about server meshing coming up, super excited.
Why have you avoided the camera in the last 5 years?
What's up, DY? What's up, Orson? Hey, Limitless.
How long ago did you start here?
8 months ago. Almost 9, yeah.
How's it been?
It's been great. I like it.
How many of these do you think you've done at this point? I can't keep track.
This is the 5th.
This is the 5th one? Do you like doing these?
Yes, because I'm an attention seeker.
There's definitely more lights than I was expecting, to be fair, but it's very bright. A little nervous, you know. Yeah.
I used to be a life model before I came here, so...
You used to be a what?
Life model. So once you've had people draw you naked, it's pretty hard to get awkward around it.
Wait a second. Is this fucking Harry Potter? Who the fuck is this, man? This guy looks like fucking Harry Potter here. What the hell's going on?
Anything.
Not nervous at all?
Not really, no. Not too bad.
Cool.
Depends what the questions are.
How prepared are you for this?
I have been in meetings since I walked in, and I have done nothing up until today.
Phil! Phil, be quiet! The microphone's right there! The microphone's right there in front of your mouth.
All right. Weaponry. I'm an FPS man. I dig
Probably
this.
a spaceship game?
We're definitely a spaceship game, but a core aspect of that is definitely the FPS side of it as well. A lot of our players enjoy flying around the spaceships, but they also enjoy the aspect of being able to be boots on the ground and exploring the world from the first-person perspective.
First off, let me just say how amazing you all are and supportive tonight. Thank you all for the gifts and the bits. And while I'm not playing a lot of the sounds and the audio to these gifts, and let's just let you guys know, thank you for all this love. Thank you so very much.
The weapon content team are the team that are responsible for any weapon you see in-game, pretty much.
It's the team that creates the artwork and animation for Star Citizen and Squadron 42.
We make really cool-looking guns. Lots of guns.
Melee weapons, FPS weapons, large, capital-size
They did
turret
good on
weapons,
this.
fire extinguishers, multi-tools.
We're just a group of people that just, I guess, find firearms as the most interesting part of the, I guess, the 3D art space.
So it's called Meet the Team. So let's start where content starts and meet Alberto.
Tell me about Alberto.
I like spaceships.
He's not wrong.
I started in a mixed role in a little company in Germany called Egosoft, and there I was doing spaceships, both 3D and both concept. And I moved
think that
here
wasn't limitless.
because I
What's
was
up, Stunner?
always very
What's
passionate
up,
of the
Fuzz?
universe of Star Citizen.
His pathway is just insane. I think he designed, luxury yachts or something, so yeah.
So yachts, planes, everything that was not a car, basically.
Alberto is an incredible concept artist. The concept artist kind of facilitates the development of the idea.
We get the brief, the words, and we translate it to something visual. In my opinion, that's the most creative part.
Isn't that dude, this dude right here looks like that actor in this new thing I'm watching, Presumed Innocent, with Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh my God. Oh my God, Rev, what's going on? This dude. Is that Kingston Roomy Southwick, who's in Presumed Innocent? Like, what's going on? They got the dude who's playing Harry Potter. They got this dude from another series I'm watching. There's some very famous people that work in it.
The words, and we translate it to something visual. In my opinion, that's the most creative part.
Alberto's great. I mean, he's a pleasure to work with. I've only had really good experiences talking to him. He provides so little friction when working with him. He's genuinely really good at what he does. He does a lot of the problem solving for you.
What's your relationship like with Alberto?
90% pranks.
Understand what?
Pranks.
Pranks?
Yes.
Like what?
Flipping the screen from each other, like changing the sensitivity of the mouse when he just turn around, something like that.
We really have to fight this guy. Is that a productive use of your time, Samuel?
If I do it fast, yeah.
Samuel's one of our newer concept artists in the company. He is very excited about the project and very passionate about everything that we do as a company.
How do you think other people see Sam Brito?
Oh, that's a great question.
I would say he have this positive vibe to him.
As a celebrity.
You know, he's the doctor.
Sam is fun. Getting
Playing as
better and
Jake
better.
Gyllenhaal's
He's
son
super
in
young,
Presumed
super
Innocent.
talented.
Absolute bundle of joy from a different culture, coming from Venezuela. Lots of interesting stories and really approachable, and just
Oh my
overall
God.
the same things I say about
That's
Alberto.
freaking Harry
I
Potter,
can go
dude.
to him,
I
I can
swear
talk
to
about
God.
what he's working on,
So
and the
many
concepts he
famous people.
provides are of an extremely high quality.
He's really keen to kind of start working and get a little bit more involved with the weapon side of concepting rather than just the vehicles. Every time we mention it, he's like, oh, can I do it? Can I do it? So yeah, he's super excited about it, which is great. I always kind of think that the more passionate people are about the subject they're working on, the better the results you're going to get.
Good, yeah, for real. First off, thank you again for all the gifts and the subs and everything, guys. Thank you so much. I love when the employees are super passionate because I know it translates into the game, and the weaponry, man, it's got to be slick. It's got to be the best. So I'm kind of glad to see that these guys are super passionate about it. I like the style. I like the editing style. I really like how they kind of like put a lot of action in this. They should. It's FPS type content. I want it, you know, boom, boom, boom in my face.
We've got Alexi, who's our weapons lead. He joined us a year and a half ago, I want to say. He's been a great addition to the team.
I decided to work on the video games because I always wanted to help people, not necessarily when they're already ill, because I have a medical degree, but it never worked out for me because
what's up, buddy?
Down the line, I decided that I wanted to bring happiness and not cure the aftermath of it.
Did you know that he got his degree to be a doctor?
What? No, I didn't know.
Like, oh,
I guess I'd like him to be my doctor. I'd probably trust him.
I really enjoyed the video games, like almost.
I wouldn't. He's kind of scary to me. Like I probably wouldn't want him to be my doctor. Like letting him work with weapons and being a doctor is contradictory. I'm not quite understanding. So therefore, no, you can't be my doctor. However, you can design weapons. Since you know about healing, you would then know how to destroy. Okay, so like on that level, I'm cool, but you're not getting anywhere close to me, bro. I'm sorry. There's like this vibe coming from you that's malevolent, and I love it. You're creating weaponry, awesome. You're not healing me though. You're not healing me.
Anyone, but at some point it struck me that real people do them, and I just started to look around and see what I can do, how I can start to make video games, and that's how I ended up as a 3D artist.
It's an interesting crew here.
Very laid-back guy, has a really good
team.
eye for stuff that you can so easily miss. Like he'll pick out stuff.
Limitless is right though. Like I saw Limitless's comment earlier on, like a little bit less on the colors. Like I don't want this to turn into like a Fortnite situation. You know what I'm saying? But okay.
I can't even see.
Since he's joined in, the optimization of our work has just flown through the roof. He's a really valuable member of the team, and I definitely consider him a friend. He's a really nice guy.
He's created quite a driving force for the team across both our projects.
Alexi is okay at table tennis.
Just okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
Competition within the team, nice.
We've got Talon.
Where's his wand?
I'm one of the key weapon artists here, so I work on creating the 3D models and creating the weapons, the gadgets, hand grenades, and every other kind of thing you can think of that the player might use in the
See, of course he has a melee type weapon. It is a wand in his hand. He's not even dealing with firearms. You see? This is an extension of his vibes.
FPS aspect of the game.
Talon, what I say, is a super passionate weapons artist. He's big into sort of airsoft and milsim and that side of things.
Dude, he's a doppelganger. He's got to walk around. They're in the UK. He has got to be walking around, and everybody thinking he's Harry Potter. Like, I mean, I can't be the only one that thinks this.
He's big into sort of airsoft and milsim and that side of things.
Only one that thinks
Fountain of all knowledge when it comes to weaponry.
I don't think there's anyone that knows more about guns than Talon.
Does it operate correctly? Where does it take its influences from? And I think that's really important.
He's just a great person to have on the team, nice and approachable, and always up for a bit of a laugh.
Thank you on that gift out there, Brett.
And joining him's Ben as well, who's another artist too.
What do you think other people say about you?
I'm very quiet, so I'm not sure.
Definitely the life of the party,
Sneaky
which you wouldn't
guy.
expect noticing after a few drinks.
Oh yeah, like this is sneaky weapons guy. Like each has their own forte of weapons. This is like sneaky trap, kind of piratey weapon dude.
He's definitely the circle of attention.
He's been a great addition to the team. He's technically our newest member of the team, but he's still been here a couple of years.
I'd say in some ways his artwork is quite sometimes better than mine. He really knows his way around Blender.
He has such a keen eye
The hell is
for
this he's working on?
details on the weapon.
You can just kind of throw anything at him and know that you're going to get a really solid result out of it.
I mean, that has AK-47 vibes.
Originally, I hired Joel as a prop artist probably close to 8 years ago.
I create the artwork for FPS devices, which includes weapons, gadgets. I also make ship weapons.
Joel's actually the most senior member of the team and was there when I first joined. He was an extremely helpful person to encounter.
Very easygoing, super knowledgeable, always has a pun ready.
He has some really strange t-shirts. Every other day he comes in with a new t-shirt with something weird on it, and I'm a bit jealous because every time I see them I kind of wish I'd had the idea of buying them.
He needs to buy some DT360 merch.
I like t-shirts.
Weird shirts.
This one, it's The Simpsons. Everyone likes The Simpsons, right?
Banana fountain and salad vibe shirts now on sale at the DG360 merch store.
Oh yeah, don't let me forget Kieran. He's Mr. getting things done and getting things done on time, so he's brilliant.
I quickly realised I didn't want to be an artist or a programmer. I started out in level design, and then I found out that my passion was the team.
Without Kieran, there wouldn't be weapon content because he's the guy who glue it all together, you know.
Eats a lot of eggs. Eats brings in about 4 eggs a day or something like that. So
No, don't be that guy.
That's the only
Yeah, nobody likes the guy that brings eggs to work. Put a 1 in chat if you totally agree with me. I don't bring eggs to work, man. Don't be the guy who brings the raw eggs to work, guy. Nobody wants that guy. Plus, if you're in cubicles, you definitely don't want to be sitting next to the raw egg guy. You don't want to be having meetings with the guy who brings in the raw eggs or anywhere close to that dude. Look at all the ones here. I mean, everybody can agree nobody wants to work with the egg guy. Nobody. Eric says, I used to be that guy, the shame. I'm shame-belling you right now, Eric. I can't even believe I'm shaming St. Eric for this. Oh, my God. All the amazingness.
Shame.
This giveaway brought to us by St. Eric, and I can't believe I'm reduced to pushing the shame button for you, Eric. I will follow it up with you're awesome because you are helping out the channel. So let's give him a St. Eric button. Eric. Oh my God, St. Eric. Don't make me demote you.
bad thing I can think about Kieran.
So next up is our animator, Jordan. He couldn't make it into the office today, but we love him and he's great. I mean, I've been working with Jordan for years on the weapon. Since I took over, he was always there.
Jordan have a really, really shiny personality. He's the one person that you can reach out with anything related to animation. He is here to support you.
Always has a lot of stories and anecdotes.
He's also a little bit scary because he knows where everyone lives, and it's unclear when he gets or how he gets the information he does. But when you join the team, within the first few weeks, maybe the first few months, he knows exactly where you are on Google Maps, and for that reason, he is terrifying.
Yet he can't be here to film for this.
No. Jordan, you could have been here for this. We really need you. Where are you, Jordan?
And I'm Ben, the art director.
Ben's been there forever.
And that's enough about me, so let's look at some weapons we've been working on. So we've got quite a few weapons that are being worked on. We can talk about a couple of them today. So first up, we're going to talk about the PAAR.
PAAR is a assault rifle that may fill the role of someone that wanted something bigger from bearing manufacturer.
Up until now, it's been our squadron exclusive rifle. In fact, I've had backers come up to me saying, please release the PAAR.
And what we want to do is take that P8 base and do a version that was slightly more tailored towards the civilian market.
A lot bigger and a little bit longer than the current P4AR, and personally, one of my favorite weapons that we've ever worked on.
It is kind of more in line with civilian needs, so it's had a little bit of lightning done to it. It's had some of the more aggressive visuals tidied up a touch.
We did a redesign of the stock.
And it's had a bunch of new skins and variants done for the consumer market.
Why not just put the one from Squadron in?
The honest answer is we want to kind of hold that back for Squadron, I guess. It is one of the main weapons you use throughout the campaign, and we still want that to feel unique and special. It's one of the things that we do kind of want to hold back as a bit of a hero experience. it is the standard issue, I think is the correct way of saying it, military weapon, the UEE. It's a workhorse, it's reliable, it's functional, and it just gets the job done.
Nice chunk sound.
So the Volt rifle is another new weapon that we're releasing in the PEU. A brand new manufacturer for the weapon content team. Volt are a electric and beam ammunition type.
Bounty hunter special, man. Like mechanics involved when you're actually an outlaw, bringing you in for the bounty. That's going to be really interesting. Player to player bounty hunting. That's going to be really fantastic. This is going to play a big role in that. And there's going to, like. There's going to be a lot of people upset about the fact that they're stunned and they can't do shit and they're on somebody's ship not being able to move. But that's just the way Star Citizen rules. Dangerous, baby. Dangerous, baby. If you're going to be dangerous, you're going to be a criminal, you're going to be an outlaw, you best get ready to get stunned and be turned in. That's just the way it rolls, man. That's the risk. That's the risk.
Using electric batteries to power their weapons.
They're very techy. They feel very professionally
Very much
homemade.
looking forward
It's
to
not
this
thrown
gameplay.
together, but also it's not professionally manufactured.
This is the manufacturer who relies on cheap produced goods, but they still...
And Caveman's right. We talk about this a lot to be balanced here on this channel. Caveman's saying so far it's not so much depth as it is a game of tedium right now. And I get what you're coming from, dude. I get what because sometimes it's just hard to wait. I get you, Caveman. I get you, bro.
They wanted it to look cool and shiny, but they are not really reliable in terms of long-term use.
We wanted a manufacturer where people could use these weapons and then they could also repair and upgrade and kind of, they look like you would be able to strip them down and kind of field repair them or work in your workshop in your ship or in your habs or wherever and kind of really get into the nitty-gritty of how these weapons work. So there's a lot of visual cues to that with, like how the screen attaches, all the little kind of fittings and screws and how it all kind of comes together. That visually is something quite nice and exciting, I think.
There is anything like this in a PU as of now. This will suit more of the guys who wanted to show off rather than to be military-style weapons. You will have some shiny, cool guns that you can show to your friends and say, there, I did it. This is a really cool-looking gun.
Just never cross the streams.
I've always been a little bit opposed to very big flashy lasers and electricity on firearms. I think it can drift away from my idea of traditional firearm. But I think working within the confines of what Volt as manufacturer are, being a home-built kit that you could order online supposedly and manufacture yourself, I think really fits into the idea of it being more...
Dude, this this thing looks devastating, man. This thing's gonna get nerfed real quick. Like, what? What is this thing, man? Jesus.
More of a fun ammunition type.
This is still work in progress, but you can see the direction where it's going.
So the Pyro SMG, this is something very different to any of our mainstream manufacturers.
A very small handheld submachine gun similar to, I think, a real-world example would be a Tech 9.
And the whole idea with this kind of pyro weaponed theme is that these things have been made by just people living on the fringes of the universe. They've used whatever they can get their hands on to make something that works for them.
Imagine Mad Max type of gun that was scraped with everything that you can find around.
Sort of break the art conventions that we've been working with for the last however many years.
Internally, we call them non because they doesn't have any
Gotta have that dual wheel down,
It's made by a guy named Steve.
Yeah, you can say so.
The fact that it's very compact and small allows you to hook very tightly on corners, giving yourself a very low exposure when peeking corners, peeking over cover, and has an extremely high rate of fire, so very good for those really close encounters, but I wouldn't be using it at long ranges due to the lack of a stock.
I'm gonna dub this one the tetanus ray.
They're really quite cool weapons to work on and look forward to using maybe more in the future.
Oh my God. Every game that's been a good game that I can remember in my past, in my childhood, every game I've ever played had to have a crossbow in it.
Yes, sir! You're not gonna hit me! Yes!
God bless them. God bless them. I've been waiting for this.
Where the hell is my crossbow?
Do you know what? Chris brought a crossbow up recently. He was like, are we going to finish it? And I'm like, well, it's kind of there. There was one thing stopping us with the way the bolts interacted with stuff that we couldn't do at the time.
The fabled crossbow is an asset that we in the weapon concept team have been trying to get pushed out for a long time now.
At the point of creation this crossbow, it was decided that the bolts needs to stuck when you fire them and not disappear like any other bullet. And this prevented the release of the crossbow because we cannot consistently make the bolts stuck.
It's just a super advanced, cool-looking crossbow. It's got these really cool, like, deploying bolts in it because obviously, yeah, we don't really want to carry around these massive, great, big kind of quiver of arrows.
Oh,
so it's got these really nice, kind of compact little bolts that load into it.
Adding more unique firearms and ways to take out enemies silently is something that the game would definitely benefit from. So seeing the crossbow come out into the PU would be something that made me extremely happy. And I know a lot of the players have been asking me about this too.
Not directly involved with weapon content, but still working on the weapons, audio guys and VFX guys. We're working with them directly, and they make our gun shines and sings.
I'll have done my part of the artwork, it'll have gone down the production line, and a few months later I'll bring it into the editor just to remind myself of what I worked on, and I'll shoot it and hear some incredible audio and be like, oh wow, someone's gone all out on this one.
They're a downstream team that, much like animation, it really brings to life this otherwise static and fairly boring object.
Their work is incredible. I've tried to tell them at some point I want to see them add the lead pipe 01 sound effect into the game, but I've yet to get an approval on that one.
Game development is a group effort. When it comes out great, it's just a miracle at some point of a lot of people involved into it.
You know, it is still a first-person game, and I think that, you know, the work we do is important. I hope we're a significant part of your interaction with Star Citizen.
I do enjoy it when, you know, I see people having fun and, you know, enjoying the weapons we've created and put into the, you know, the Star Citizen universe. There's a big community of people that take, you know, like in-game captures and screenshots and stuff, and seeing people take pictures of your work is really nice.
I would like people to know that the feedback they give us, especially on our team, means a whole lot.
When we see a comment come up about something with the firearms that people might not like, we do take that on board. If it's not
I like to hear that. That's every team. You know, that is the one cool thing about Cloud Imperium and the employees there. For the most part, the feedback and being vocal is very important, which is why I always laugh because, you know, a lot of these content creators, they walk around, they're like, oh, I'm not an influencer. I'm not an influencer. Anytime you're expressing your opinion and you have a large audience, guess what? You're an influencer by default, whether you like it or not. So, you know, if you come into the game and you understand that what you're saying has an impact on people that are listening to you, including those that work at Cloud Imperium, I know 2 or 3 people that are definitely here watching tonight. And I know many others at Cloud Imperium that come by, stop at the show, say hi, and I know they're watching. I know they listen. So the cool thing is like there is a direct connection with Cloud Imperium and their fan base, unlike a lot of other developers out there. There really is. So they are listening, and that is the cool thing. And I think a lot of people take that for granted. Yes, this has taken a long time. Yes, it's been frustrating. Yes, it's been slow. But I can say that things that I've said here and that others have agreed with have passed and translated to gameplay in Star Citizen since we've been covering this for 10 years, you know? So it is kind of cool to know that I think they're one of the most transparent companies in terms of where they're at. To have a show completely dedicated and consistent. I mean, the consistency is important. Whether you like the information or not, at least they continually put out the information. It might not be the information you want, but they do try their best to keep a hands-on kind of approach with their fans. Not in that way. That's that's a little too hands-on. It's like, you know, I'm all for that. No.
Applied to the weapon they're speaking about, we'll try and avoid it on future ones. We're always learning.
Yeah. And if there has been a weapon that you really enjoy using, or is your favourite weapon, then please do let us know in the comments because the team will love to hear that sort of feedback.
We want that, Devo. We definitely want that.
With our recent releases, you've seen a whole bunch of updates to how the weapons feel, how they function. and really bring some of those quality and life improvements to the weapons as a whole. And that's just taken a lot of hard work from the weapons department as a whole department, and, art, design, animation, audio, VFX, like the whole lot. And they've not had a great deal of limelight in these sort of events, but they're super dependable, and I'm very happy to kind of be able to get to talk about them today.
So what did we learn this week? Well, hopefully we learned a lot more about the people that make up the current iteration of the weapon content team. That there's a whole host of new weapons making their way into the persistent universe. And that spaceships, of course, may dominate the conversation a lot of the time. But there's plenty of other ways to bring damage, death, and destruction to the universe of the first person being built. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you. And we'll see you all here next week.
We got a little blooper on the end? Huh? Little blooper on the end? There we go. Damn Picos, man, I tell you. Oh my God. Picos. Trust those Picos, man. Those Picos are after you. I keep saying it. Alien penguins, watch out. If you're still watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll be streaming live there shortly within the month or two. And if you are watching there, press like and share, and try and get on Twitch. In the meantime, join us 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Inside Star Citizen review, and also for Star Citizen After Dark, which we are going to right now. It's time to party. See you, YouTube.